Hello, I am Juan Morato, and today I bring you a new video on how to select the best puppy from the litter. Let's go to the video. Well, evidently, here we have, for example, a female that is approximately almost 40 days old and a male that is 30 days old. They are not from the same litter.
But both are black. In this case, we have chosen
both, so you can see a little bit of everything where you can focus to assess the quality of
puppy
the
that you have to select.
What else are we going to do here? Eat for them to eat, and we're going to see it. We go mainly to see the puppies that are quite similar, small, and every time they are smaller, it's more difficult.
Evidently, the quality of the puppy is determined by many things. We have to consider the temperament. For temperament, there are many ways to assess it. And there are also simple tests like the Campbell test that work very well. Additionally, if the breeder or seller is with the puppies, they know perfectly well what the puppies are like in terms of temperament and which one is the leader. Why? Because days have passed and they have been with the puppies. He has seen them and knows perfectly who is the leader, who is not the leader. This one growls when eating, this one does not growl when eating. You know them perfectly. The first thing we have to look at when we see a puppy is the phenotype. We have to look at the face. And what do we look at in the face? Well, one of the things to look at is that the puppy has a fairly full muzzle. Okay? That would be important.
Would determine more quality.
Another important factor to consider is the eyes. It's important that the eyes don't droop like Neapolitans. That could cause problems in the future. Well, a hardware gland, etc., etc., etc. I mean, the more slanted the eyes and the less red you see, the better. The part. Evidently, for example, the Cane Corso. At this moment, you wouldn't have to look at the mouth, it is undershot, but Cane Corso puppies change their mouth much later. Many people have told me, hey, it bites from below, that is, the lower part is protruding. The Cane Corso bites like that. It's normal, okay? Another important thing about the puppy is the stance. The puppy can stand like this or can stand like that. So it's important for them to have a good stance, to fit well, to close well, and the paws as closed as possible, as much as possible, like a cat's paw.
Especially with such small puppies.
No problem.
Of course, no, you don't see the final puppy. The best would be to wait 3 or 4 months.
Thank you.
And you would know how it will turn out.
What is it called?
Even a year, how it will turn out. I divide the puppy into 4 legs, like 4 legs of a chair. If one of the legs is broken, you've messed up.
In terms of structure, it is important in the Cane Corso breed that it is not an overly long puppy, that the body structure from not be super long. Okay, because the Cane Corso is almost square. It is not quite square, but is rectangular by about 10%, more or less. Okay, so that is important. Very important also that the dog has rear angulation, because many times there are dogs that are straight and do not have rear angulation. That is very important. So, then another important thing is where the tail starts. Okay, the tail should start where the back ends, but that would be the tail set, which is important in the process of quality at the structural level, because now we are talking about the phenotype of what most closely approaches the standard, of what most closely approaches the quality of what the standard marks. Okay.
One of the keys, because you can look at a puppy for the quality of the breed, right? So how it is. But you can also look at the puppy. For example, if I want to do agility or whatever, I have to look. I no longer have to look at quality, I have to look at character. All right? So there would be 4, and then we'll develop them. The first thing would be the health of the puppy. Okay? Super important. If a puppy doesn't have health, no, the puppy, it's a big problem. And
okay.
Thank you.
Let's say it wouldn't be a puppy in training. The second point would be the puppy's character.
Thank you.
The puppy's character should be geared towards, for example, if it's a guard dog, if it's a family dog, if it's a hunting dog, if it's a dog for doing agility. Well, must have the appropriate temperament for its breed.
Good evening. Good evening.
The third would be socialization. The puppy cannot be afraid.
Very good.
We are not talking about temperament, but the work that needs to be done with the socialization of a puppy.
good.
Let everything.
The people who are professional, well, what needs to be done?
Saturday,
Right.
2-0.
That later disappears. And the fourth would be
That's it.
the quality of the puppy, okay? Of that breed as a whole, or the quality of the mixed breed puppy, okay? The quality, how it is, okay? What type of, has a good bone structure? What are the physical conditions? The back, the top line, how the paws are placed. That would be a bit of the quality, both technically of the head and the ground.
Evidently, afterwards, for each one, I am looking for a puppy, the largest of the litter, but the largest does not mean it is the best. It will be the best for you if you want it to be bigger, but it doesn't have to be that the biggest is the best or that the smallest in small breeds is the best. Like Chihuahuas, if there's one that's too big, it's not good anymore. It exceeds the standard. These are important things and details you must keep in mind when you have, for example, chosen the Cane Corso. Italian Mastiff, super important. These kinds of details, keep in mind also the male or the female that the Cane Corso breed has a significant size and requires very good socialization so that the dog does not have traumas or fears. And the dog does not go around being aggressive out of fear. So the socialization and mental work of giant breed puppies are super important. Well, this is in brief a few little things you should know about how to select the quality of a puppy, how to choose the best puppy from the litter. Well, guys, I hope you like it. Subscribe to our social media and see you in the next rubber